Hello, this is Scott from Scott in the System, and today our guest is Amy Haroff, occupational therapist from Mary Freeman. Thank you for coming.
Yeah, thank you for having me, Scott.
Yeah, and what made you decide to become an occupational therapist?
That's a great opening question. I think I knew ever since I was a young child that I wanted to be in the service industry, being able to help people in some way. I had never heard of occupational therapy when I went off to college, but learned about it from some people in my dorm. And the more I learned about it, the more it just seemed like the perfect fit for me, just being able to use my creativity, my problem solving skills, while also getting to work one-on-one with different people in various walks of life and helping them just in their journey towards betterment.
And since many of us associate occupational therapy with physical therapy, what is the exact difference between those two?
Yeah, we definitely get that question almost daily, don't we? So occupational therapy is primarily focusing on helping people get back to being able to do their skills for the job of living. So all the little things that they have to do every day to take care of themselves, from getting dressed, taking care of their home and families, possibly getting back to work or driving. And we're looking a lot at just the upper body function. We also work in the school systems, nursing homes, whole variety of settings. And then physical therapy is going to be looking a lot more at mobility issues. They also work in a variety of settings, maybe more based in orthopedic concerns, but just helping people get back their mobility, being able to transfer, being able to walk if that's a possibility, and strengthening their muscles.
Okay, I always thought of the difference being occupational therapy is for more about ADLs and PT was more about physical related activities.
Yeah, exactly. So activities of daily living, definitely occupational therapy focuses on that quite heavily. And you're right, physical therapy is addressing more of the physical impairments.
Okay, since you specialize in patients with spinal cord injuries, who would that include exactly?
You mean like the cause of their injury?
Or what, yeah, or, what is the overall, group of patients you work with? Those that, were the diving accident, car accident, so on and so forth.
Yeah, so the majority of people with spinal cord injury are injured because of a car accident. The second leading cause of injury is due to a fall. And after that, it is sporting related accidents, quite often diving. I know we just had a promotion about making sure people remember to jump in feet first this summer. And then, of course, violence is also coming into play there, whether it be gunshot wounds or stabbing victims. And then, of course, a whole host of other miscellaneous causes of injury out there as well.
Okay. I mean, for your overall patients you work with, I would say it's probably the first couple are your majority of them. Or...
Yes, definitely automobile accidents, falls, and
Okay.
other traumas from sporting injuries or violent acts,
Okay.
unfortunately. And I think too, the vast majority of our patients tend to be male. Men tend to be bigger risk takers for sure, but we have over the years seen a greater incidence in more females with traumatic spinal cord injury as well.
Why is multidisciplinary approach so beneficial to patients?
So yeah, our patients, just like all the rest of us, are multifaceted. So they have so many different components to their life that need to be addressed. So they definitely need the physical therapy to be addressing their mobility issues, and occupational therapy just to be helping them with their activities of daily living. But then also it's very important oftentimes that they have speech therapy. Many times people have some cognitive issues, whether that be related to the cause of their injury, or if they've had a stroke. They may also just have swallowing difficulties related to the cause of their injury, and our speech therapists are able to address that. And then, of course, the greatest therapy, it really is recreational therapy, helping people get back to what they really enjoy out of life and their hobbies and leisure interests. And we definitely can't discredit our nursing staff, our medical staff, and our social workers, our care managers, who just do so much just to help our patients navigate the complexities of the healthcare system.
So multidisciplinary approach basically combines all these different therapies that you just described.
That's correct.
Yes, okay.
Yeah.
I believe I was a part of that way back in the day in the 70s when I went through a summer rehab program when the current location there just opened up.
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah.
So, of course, I had no idea what that was. I was just too busy being a kid.
Exactly.
I
Yeah.
just wanted to get it done over with.
And get back home.
Exactly.
Hello, my name is Scott and I have lived independently now for 30 years with cerebral palsy. Thank you for visiting my channel Scott in the System. I have a podcast by the same name. I talk to mostly nonprofit services for the disabled community. I also like to talk about being an entrepreneur affiliate marketer. If you would like to be on my podcast, you can email me at scott@scottinthesystem.com. Be sure to visit my website as at www.scottinthesystem.com. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you for dropping by and have a blessed day.
What adaptive aids do they need to learn how to use? And if you have any there, could you demonstrate a few?
Yeah, unfortunately, I didn't grab any. It's been a busy morning, but I think the different adaptive equipment that's available nowadays is just expansive. There's so many options available to help people to be more independent. And as an occupational therapist, we definitely look at each individual's needs, and we're trying to figure out what would work best for them. So often patients may just have difficulty with getting themselves dressed. So there's reachers, there's sock aids, there's long handled shoe horns. All those can be really helpful in learning how to dress themselves after an injury. Some of our patients are just having a difficult time being able to feed themselves. So if they don't have good hand function, but can move their arm, then we're looking at a Palmer band or universal cuff that can strap onto their hand, and that allows them to hold a piece of silverware and bring it to their mouth.
That would be for like a quadriplegic, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. And then, of course, some of our patients, like if they've had a stroke and they can only use one side of their body, then if they really want to get back to cooking, there's all kinds of adapted utensils and pieces of equipment that can help them still cut up their own food, open jars and containers. Yeah, so just a never ending list of things to help people be more independent.
And it's always evolving at the same time.
Yeah, it's evolving, but there's those tried and true pieces of equipment that stick around.
Yeah. I have lots of reachers myself.
I bet you do. Yeah.
I use one at work as well to pick up cart wipes and such.
Great. Yeah. I know you kind of need one in every room, don't you?
Yeah, I try. Yeah. Okay, for next one.
Sure.
How long do these patients require therapy?
That's a great question. So probably back when you were a patient at Mary Free Bed, you got to stay a long time. The length of stay for our inpatients has definitely been decreasing over the years.
I believe I was there for about 3 or 4 months.
Yeah. So
About 12 years old, that seemed like in terms of years.
oh, I bet that felt like forever. Yeah, so I mean, obviously depends on the person's level of impairment and what their needs are and what kind of injury or illness they're dealing with. That really affects their length of stay. But our main objectives when patients are inpatient is to train their families how to be able to take them home and take care of them. We're looking at how to help them get the right kind of equipment that they might need to be successful in their home, whether that's a hospital bed or a commode chair or a tub bench so that they can still shower in their bathtub. So the length of time is just really variable. I don't think too often people are there more than 2 months anymore in inpatient, but that's where our continuum of care really comes in. So then they are able to continue with either in-home therapy services or coming to outpatient therapy services as well. And outpatient therapy services, again, it's very much tailored to what their needs are. Some patients may come for just a month, some may come for 3 to 6 months of outpatient. So just depends.
It just depends on their given situation.
Exactly.
Okay. Would you recommend those that suffer from stroke or similar instances to request a referral for occupational therapy?
Yeah, absolutely. Again, everybody's needs are different and they would need to consult with their primary care doctor to see if therapy would be appropriate for them. But definitely we have so many different patients that we are able to help and just improve their quality of life.
Yeah, so basically it's all done on a referral basis, I assume.
Yes, that's correct. We need a referral from the patient's doctor.
And typically that would be their primary, I would guess.
Yeah, quite often it's their primary care doctor. If they are just coming from inpatient at Mary Free Bed or another facility, they may have a physiatrist who could also be the one to refer them.
Okay. Why do you like working at Mary Free Bed?
That's a great question. And I think, so many of us who have worked here over the years, I've been here almost 23 years. So clearly I love it here. I always say,
Wow.
yeah, I always say we get the best patients here. And we also just have a great team working here. Everybody's passionate about what they do. We all just loving on our patients and giving them our best every day. And we're just really well equipped to be able to do that. And we're well supported.
And I'll be the first one to tell you I'm a byproduct of being at Mary Free Bed in various ways.
Yes, wonderful.
I was, going to clinic for many years until they decided to kick me out of the system, lack of a better word, I guess. I guess you get to the age where they figure they can't really do much anymore. So,
Well, if that ever changes, you just let us know. We're here always to help.
yeah, well, I just hit the big double nickel, so I
Uh-oh.
might need it eventually. Um, and finally, a last question. Any advice for someone who might want to become an occupational therapist?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah. I think the most important thing is to work really hard in school and get good grades in both high school and undergrad, because that's definitely considered. There are a couple options to become an occupational therapist. There's a undergrad program, just an associate's degree, which would be a 2-year program to become an occupational therapy assistant. So that's a great option. Otherwise, to become an entry-level occupational therapist is a master's program. And so I think it's just really important to know, even as you're in undergrad, that that's what you want to go for, because that will help to make sure you take all the correct prerequisite courses. And then you can start applying to the different schools and figure out which school seems to be a good fit for you.
Thank you very much for coming today.
Yeah, thank you for having me. It was nice to meet you, and I'll look forward to looking at some more of your blog posts.
Well, thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Scott.
Yeah, bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello, my name is Scott and I have lived independently now for 30 years with cerebral palsy. Thank you for visiting my channel Scott in the System. I have a podcast by the same name. I talk to mostly nonprofit services for the disabled community. I also like to talk about being an entrepreneur affiliate marketer. If you would like to be on my podcast, you can email me at scott@scottinthesystem.com. Be sure to visit my website as at www.scottinthesystem.com. Please be sure to hit that like button and subscribe to my channel as well. Thank you for dropping by and have a blessed day.